Hello everybody, I'm Colton back with episode 7 of our Pokemon Fire Red Hardcore Nuzlocke. On the last episode, we won the 4th gym badge, which if you want to check it out, you can go back to episode 6, or if you'd like to watch all the rest of the series, you can start from episode 1 to catch up. So now we're going into the Rocket Hideout in this episode, which I mostly just skimmed through all this because you fight so many Rocket Grunt after Rocket Grunt after Rocket Grunt. It's so much worse than the beginning one that was like that. It's way worse. Which, I just think the pacing is weird. You have to do this like 3 times in this game for some reason. Which, I mean, I guess most of the time you'll have like an evil team thing, but I feel like in other games it isn't as many trainers, or it's just a little smaller. At least the pacing isn't as bad as like... Which, my favorite games are all Gen 4, but Platinum fixed the pacing so much, because Diamond and Pearl had some ridiculously bad pacing, I can't lie. So at least it's not that, but it's still a lot more boring than those games though, in my opinion. Rocket Grunts are just annoying. Not to mention all their teams have like, either a Muck, or, well, a Grimer, a Zubat, or a Ekans, and then maybe a Drowsy, or a Rattata. And if you get lucky, a Coughing. Well, not if you get lucky, but if you want to see something else, I guess you're a little lucky, but not if they hit you with self-destruct. So Majora here gets up to level 30 in this battle. He's getting on up there. And of course they poison me, so I'm gonna have to fix that with an antidote now. So I go ahead and switch out to Big Blue here just to wipe through the Machop, get him some levels. And our level cap now is 43, but both gyms, their level cap is 43, the next two. So that means we have to try to make sure we don't over level, while also being a high enough level to do something. Which the next gym leader I plan to take on is Koga, because I just feel like his gym is a little bit easier than Sabrina's, so I feel like it'd make the most sense. So as you can see here, I just do all the goofy puzzles in this Rocket Hideout. And I just breeze through. And so now after I've skimmed through pretty much all that, because it's just a whole bunch of the same thing, fighting a Rocket Grunt, I finally make it to the top. And I go ahead and I get rid of the paralysis on Bolt, and we can fight Giovanni now. Which most of his team is not very hard to beat. To be honest, the only thing that I know he has that I used to be slightly worried about is Kangaskhan. Just because I don't really have anything that is just straight up powerful against it, but I can just hit it hard and it can't really do anything. But everything else just gets wiped out by water. So. And so we go ahead and we fight this clown. And like I said, I mean, it's pretty much just going to be using Big Blue or Oddball probably the most of the time. But Big Blue's better because he can hit everything with water and then just do a lot more damage to the Kangaskhan. So I just start hitting him with Water Pulse. Onyx sucks. I don't know why they gave Giovanni such a trash team. Like, I know he's supposed to be the mysterious gym leader you go against later on, but he just, his team is awful for an 8th gym leader. Which, to be honest, a lot of 8th gym leaders are underwhelming, to be honest. Especially if you play X and Y, where all the gym leaders have like 3 Pokemon for some reason. I don't know what great idea that was. Which I know they make the games easier. But literally you go from that to playing, Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Which, despite having the problem where they have a lot of cutscenes, those games are significantly harder than the 2 before them, or the 3 before them. So see, Kangaskhan goes ahead and hits me with Fake Out here. And I just start hitting it with Water Pulse, just do as much damage as I can. and that doesn't do that much. Um, so I just start doing Dragon Rage since it does base 40 every time, and it does a good bit of damage to him since a lot of the Mon's health at this point isn't that high. Despite his HP stat being pretty decent, it still does pretty good. So you get it down to 1. Well, not 1, but you know what I mean. Like, really, really low. And we take it out. And so now, we've officially beat this Rocket Hideout. Which, you know, that's pretty good. You know, too bad that, you know, which we got the Sylph Scope, which can allow us to get the other item we need to actually continue to Fuchsia City. And so now I head back to Lavender Town, which is pretty much where we're headed here. And this is a double battle I ran into where it's a Rapidash and a Ninetales. And double battles I always like showing because they can really throw you off. And like not as bad in this game, but in other games, sometimes you can just get messed up by double battle RNG. Them both attacking one Mon or, you know, something like that. And do a lot of damage that you don't expect, and it can really mess up your run. So they attack Geography here because they were gonna attack Bolt or Majora. I can't think. And so I'm just doing as much damage as I can. I hit him with Magnitude because aggro can't get hit by ground, so there you go. She can't get hit by that move, so we can just take out as much as we want. Too bad it landed Confuse Ray on him. But it won't matter. They're not lasting much longer because I get a Magnitude 10. Which is crazy. Does massive damage, takes him out. Goodbye. See you later. Also, again, let me know if you have any suggestions for anything. Or, like, any ways I can improve, because I want to try to as much as I can. So now we beat that double battle. Let me go ahead and head through here. Let me talk to this person who gives you Fly, I believe. Yeah, we get Fly, so we can teach it to aggro, which is honestly it's one of the best HM moves to actually attack, as well as a useful HM. So Fly and Surf are like the two best HM, which Surf is significantly better, but Fly is also pretty good. To me, the worst ones are in later games, like Rock Climb sucks, and then the worst one's obviously Rock Smash. So now we go back to Lavender Town and go to Pokemon Tower, which is where our next important story beat is, because we got the Sylph Scope, so we can actually ascend it. And we have a rival fight here, which I realized when I got up here. I was like, oh crap. And this is what's based on the, oh, he's here because his Raticate's dead. Oh no. Oh god. But in reality, it's just because Raticate is trash. And he switched it out for a better Mon. I mean, like, what is the logic on that theory, bro? This is the worst theory I've ever heard in my life. So Bolt has Shockwave, which he can be useful against Pidgeotto and Blastoise, but Blastoise could hit him hard, so I'm not really sure if I want to risk it or not. So Bolt went up to level 30. And he learns Double Kick, so that's pretty cool. Shockwave is like the best move he has so far, though. So then he has a Growlithe, which I don't think will at all be a problem. Because, I mean, Geography can just go out here and just wipe him. Can't really do much against it. Hits me with Ember. Literally doesn't matter. I just do Rock Throw. Take it out in one hit. Because he's weak. L is weak. So then he has Wartortle. And I'm just gonna go to Oddball or Bolt. Considering, yeah, I mean, Oddball is the safest bet just because it has so much special defense, and that's typically what it uses. Which I know that we have type advantage as well, but that just makes sure, you know, it doesn't get hit a little hit too hard. Because Bolt is frail. Like, pretty much, a good bit of evolutions are pretty frail, which sucks. So I hit it, take a whole bunch of damage, and then we hit it with Giga Drain again, and take his Wartortle out. I'm still mostly worried about the Kadabra. Because, one, it just can become a special attack glass cannon very quickly, and, I mean, Oddball can't do anything against it. So I go ahead and switch into Majora here. And it lands Hypnosis. Again, the status moves are so annoying. So then it hits me with Leech Seed as well, which does not make this any better. And so now I just gotta hope he wakes up, but also doesn't have that much damage done to him. Hits him with Confusion, which I hate that is lowering his health because I really wanted to use him against the Kadabra, but now I'm not sure. So luckily Majora finally wakes up. We just melt through the Execute, it can't do anything. And now we go up against the Kadabra, which is the exact one I was worried about. Luckily it is a very low level for this point of the game, which is nice. But I still want to play it safe, so I switched to Big Blue. Just to make sure that there's no way we lose somebody to this. So, it hits me with Confusion. Does 14 damage, which is nothing. And then I just hit it with Bite, Dark type move. Gets it down extremely low. It uses Kinesis, which normally would worry me a little bit. But not here. Because he can't even do anything, so. Now, once that thing, you know, evolves later on, I'm going to be even more terrified of it, but it's definitely what scares me the most. And so, now we can just go through the Pokemon Tower. Which I end up skimming through a lot of this, because it's just a whole bunch of Hex, or whatever they are, what is it? Channelers, or... Yeah, Channelers. And it's just a whole bunch of these, and they're all pretty much the same. Just Poison and Gas, or Poison and Ghost. Mainly just Ghost, but... So it's just a lot of this. A lot of me just hitting them with Bite and just giving people some levels, because you gotta make sure you do every trainer battle. So I did, but I did not show all of them, because that is a lot of boring trainer battles. So all of our teams pretty much are around level 30 at this point. So we still have a good bit of space to go up in level. But it's just we got to make sure we do it right, because both gyms, the level cap is 43. So we cannot mess that up. So now we go up against the Ghastly again. And I just bite it. Take it out. That's another channeler down. And so now we get our encounter here, because I had not gotten it. And of course we get a Ghastly, you know. What other option is there? So he's our encounter. And we'll see if it has more than 40 HP, which it does not. So we lose another encounter. I'm not doing very good at this encountering thing. I'm kind of just killing everything. So that's pretty bad if we ever lose anybody. But hopefully it works out. So I go and fight that trainer, and then I go through here. And it's just a whole bunch of fighting trainers that I just skim through here. And just speed up through this. It's just so many. But I want to show some just to be like, oh yeah, like, just, you know, showing it. But I just try to skim through it. So this is where you needed the Sylph Scope for, because you end up against the Ghost. And it's the Marowak. So we just got to make sure to take it out. Not lose any mons to it. We don't want to exchange an eye for an eye here. We just need to take it out. So I do with the Water Pulse. It already does more than half of its health. And it's confused. So there's not too much it can do at the moment. Hit it with another Water Pulse. And now it's gone. And we can go up to the first floor, or the top floor. It departed to the afterlife. Oh, yes. So now I just run through all these battles, you know, Zubat, Rattata, Ekans, you know, that kind of thing. Because that's pretty much what all of them have. Oh, wow. Another Zubat. Oh, a Golbat. That's a different one. The evolution of Zubat. Oh my god. This one has a coughing, which I never like. Because of that. Self-destruct is so annoying. So I go ahead and nail it with Water Pulses. Take the Drowsy out. And then we only have one more trainer before we talk to Mr. Fuji, which is what we needed the Sylph Scope for, was to get to him to then get the next item we need. Which I will say, in these games, you have to do a lot more of, like, going out of your way to get certain things. Like, I mean, obviously the story forces you to do it, but it doesn't bring you to, like, an NPC or, like, the next town. You get something that's like, oh yeah, and it drags you all the way back to this other place. Like the newer games. So Big Blue's up to level 34. He's getting pretty high up. He's honestly the most clutch encounter we have for this, like, entire game. Because he is in every game, so I would just assume that he is the best encounter we're going to have. Because, I mean, it just seems like he wipes through everything. His base stats are all super high. Gyarados is just a good mon. So now we go up against this dude's Raticate. Probably has Hyper Fang or something. So I just go ahead and hit it with another Water Pulse. Get down pretty low. Hits me with Hyper Fang. Exactly what I expected. Did 21 damage. So we're still alive to crit. So go ahead and use Water Pulse again. Take it out. And so now we can talk to Mr. Fuji, which gives us, he takes us back to his, like, little house thing, but he gives us the item we need to get rid of the Snorlax in the way. And we can also get it as an encounter as well. So we get the Poke Flute. So I know this episode was shorter, but we completed a decent bit of stuff, and now we can get ready for the 5th and 6th gym. So thank y'all for watching. Like and subscribe, and like I said, you can go back through and watch all the videos, or you can just watch this one. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see y'all again.